welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 7th of September, and this time I'm bringing you something a little bit different regarding Hyrule Warriors, as Nintendo has made some interesting comments, as apparently Hyrule Warriors was originally designed to be more of a traditional Zelda game experience. Now, the game would have featured a specific set of characters and limited boss battles to be taking place within dungeons rather than the general overworld, and this came from the Zelda series boss Eiji Onuma via Nintendo Life. Now, Nintendo's Shigeru Miyamoto, who many of you, pretty much all of you will know, had other ideas, namely that the game should be closer to the original Dynasty Warriors series, on which of course Hyrule Warriors is based. Now, Onuma went on to explain, quote, "At first, when Hayashi-san approached me, he wanted to make this title closer to a Zelda game than a Dynasty Warriors games. However, Mr. Miyamoto came along and upended the tea table, saying, no, that should not be the case. What we're doing here is grafting Zelda onto the Dynasty Warriors experience." It was a reversal of the original proposal from Hayashi-san, which was adding elements of Dynasty Warriors onto the Zelda franchise. It ended up being the other way around based on Miyamoto's direction. That said, specific elements were kept within the game to make sure that the game still felt familiar enough to long-term Zelda fans. And Onuma went on to add, quote, "One of the things that I think is required by a Zelda game, for example, the loading scenes which we kept, like the first scene where you come upon a treasure box and you have Link or whoever lifting the item up from the treasure box. But we realised we needed more than just that, so we ended up adding more and more aspects that were Zelda-esque. For example, the sound effects and animation that people are familiar with from the franchise." So there you have it, some rather interesting comments to say the least. Now, whether or not this ended up for the good or for the bad is kind of down to your personal opinion and perspective. Personally, I think it's for the best. I don't think any of us want Zelda light. I think a bit of variety to such a long-standing franchise is very much welcome. Of course, we have Zelda Wii U on the horizon, which is also going to be the big Zelda game that we're all wanting, and even that is changing things up a little bit. Of course, how much it changes up, well, unfortunately, we just don't know at the moment. Not much information is known about it, of course, but still, Hyrule Warriors is different. It's still Zelda, but it's different. It is exactly what it says on the tin. It is Dynasty Warriors and Zelda mashed together into one glorious hack-and-slash package. Would it have been better as Zelda Light? Personally, I don't think so. I think this is a good use of the Zelda IP, and it's kind of refreshing, a breath of fresh air, if you will, to have a game that's a Zelda game, but isn't a Zelda game. It's different, it's something new, something fun and light-hearted and just enjoyable to keep us going until the big stompy release of Zelda Wii U. So personally, I think this worked out for the best, but of course, if you disagree, then do let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.